combination of gearheads, John the Instigator, Derek the Conservative, Will the Builder, Sean the Racer, and maybe a guest invite you to listen while we sit down, have a drink, and discuss cars. Learn more and subscribe to the podcast with no driving gloves. Time now for the ride. Got a full house tonight, kind of an exciting night. Bringing another guest on, and got Will and Derek on the other ends of the line. How are you guys doing tonight, Derek and Will?
I'm doing great, John. It's always fun to be here, and finally got Will back on the show, so maybe it'll actually be a fun night.
It's good to be back. I mean, I was here not long ago. I mean, dang, Derek, what, are you throwing me under the bus or something? Kind of a busy guy here, you know.
You know, I'm busy too, but I find the time to be here for the show.
Well,
that's commitment.
I run a full-time hot rod shop with 11 employees and recording a full-time TV show. I mean, got a family, 4 dogs. Man, I'm just busting my balls here.
Slave driver Derek there, you know, running his little museum and whatever else.
yeah, running a little tiny museum in nowhere and raising 2 foster kids that are 2 under 2 years old, and got the farm.
Hey, you chose that. You should have done it earlier.
You chose everything that you're.
Hey, you guys just need to be like me.
I'm bitching about making money, and you're bitching about spending money.
John just sits around doing nothing. So.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I've just been sitting here since late this morning. I finished all the work I had to do and just been waiting to get to this interview. We'll go ahead and...
Then he started texting me and Will, you guys going to show up? Like, John, it's noon.
Hey. Well, I guess I get a little of that boss from you, Derek. I've learned from the best. We've got an interesting guest tonight. Met this gentleman maybe 4 years ago. Let's see here. It's got to be 5 or 6 years ago, because I've been away from Barbers for 2 years, and I met him at Barbers, and I think that was 3 years, maybe 4 years before I left Barbers. So it's been a while. We talk occasionally over text. He asks me some promotional advice and, well, just whatever we want to kind of just casual friendship. But the gentleman we've got tonight is George Sedlak. He's kind of known for doing a couple of things really special and unique, and kind of amazing that we cross paths actually in a car world with a car event from what his history is. In this small world that I live in, and the older I get, the smaller it gets. You know, George is older than me, and I'm older than the other 2 guys here, and they'll learn how small the world gets. But ironically, George actually attended the same high school my dad did. He's 2 years younger than my dad and 4 years younger than my aunt, who also attended the same high school in the Quad Cities. So I'm thinking at some point my dad and him have crossed paths a little bit. But George, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much, John. Good to be here.
George, I want to go back a little bit. Before we get to kind of what you're known for, what did you do as a kid and in high school and that led you up to? George is actually, we'll just let it in, he's an artist, and he does some spectacular paintings and has created some legendary paint jobs. And this is from painting motorcycles all the way up to gorgeous canvases and stuff, which is where he's at now in his career. But were you always an artist? Were you one of those kids that drew and everything in 5th and 6th grade, or is this something you found after high school, or how did that come about?